Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Space Åge Tarot. For those of you that are new, welcome aboard the Space Fleet. In today's reading, we're going to be looking at what you're being prepared for right now. What preparations are being made right now for you to get where you're going, okay? So we're going to be looking at what your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your higher self want you to know, what they're preparing you for on your journey. What is in the next chapter of your life that you're being prepared for, okay? So we have three piles. We have pile number 1, we have pile number 2, and we have pile number 3, okay? So feel free to pause the video, take as much time as you need, and get yourself sorted, take some deep breaths, meditate for a little bit, and select one or more piles, doesn't matter, and I will see you guys in your reading. All right, pile 1, what are you being prepared for? So starting off, we have the 7 of Swords, followed by the Knight of Cups reversed, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so starting off, before the message leaves me, I'm hearing that you need to leave your emotions out of it, okay? There's something that you have to do in which you have to separate your emotions from the doing. Separate your emotions from the actions that need to take place, okay? So what I'm seeing with this Queen of Wands is that you're really being asked to really step into a place of power in your mindset, okay? So I'm seeing that for some of you guys are being prepared for something really big, something really powerful, a high position in some sort of situation. And I'm seeing that you guys are having to or will have to basically fight people off. You guys are going to have to fight off like people that might be jealous, some people that might be wanting the same thing that you want and therefore are fighting to get where you're getting to. But I'm seeing that, and that's actually why you probably have to leave your emotions out of it, because you might have to be a little bit more hardcore going into the situation, because you're being prepared for something. I'm seeing a high office, okay? I'm seeing you guys being prepared for something really important. There might be a certain thing that you do that's really powerful, okay? Yes, the Empress card. Okay, so this is like the Divine Feminine. This is really you stepping into a high position where you're creating a lot. So what I'm seeing is actually it's like a bee colony, right? In a bee colony, you have the worker bees and then you have the queen bee, right? And the queen bee is the one that creates, she's constantly giving birth to all the other bees, constantly she's being fed. So what I'm seeing is you're being put in a position, you're being elected for a position that everybody wants. I'm seeing everyone wanting this position, and then also that you might not know these people. It depends on the field that you're in. It might be people at your office. It might just be a field where you don't even see people, but there's a lot of different levels of competition. It could be like an entertainment job. It could be a job at a corporate office. But there's a position that you're moving into, that you're being prepared for, which is a very high position. And I'm seeing that this is what you're being prepared for because of this major arcana here. So these are like the minor events that are going to happen beforehand that you're being prepared for. You're being prepped as a queen to become an empress, okay? So gender doesn't really matter here. It's just about what the cards are telling you energetically, right? So what I'm seeing for you guys is that you're being prepared to be in this high office by learning how to deal with people who think that they're on your level, right? Learning to deal with the basically your subjects. So it doesn't mean like being disrespectful or anything, but because of this Knight of Cups, which is really giving me that message, leave your emotions out of it, I'm seeing that in order to get where you're going, you're being told that you can't be who you once were. Maybe you guys are people pleasers, or maybe you guys are not used to conflict. You guys try to avoid conflict with people. You guys might not say, oh, I want that position. You might not elect yourself for that position because a coworker says, oh yeah, I'm thinking about applying for manager. I'm thinking about like moving up, you know? So there might be a part of you that doesn't want to fight, that wants to avoid conflict, and you get really emotionally attached. You become that person who kind of gives up early in order to, I'm getting a message here that this might be a reoccurring cycle for you guys, especially if you're the people-pleasing type, if you're the, you're gentle, you're someone that doesn't like to fight with others. You want to get to the top, but you don't have you feel as though you don't have the grit to get there. I'm seeing what you're being prepared for is you're being placed in positions where there's a cycle. So until the lesson is learned, it will keep replaying into your life. That's how life tends to go. If you don't learn a lesson, the lesson keeps reappearing. And the reason why this lesson keeps reappearing for you guys is because you have such an important thing that you're doing in life. Insert the thing you're doing here, be it a creative venture. I'm seeing a creative venture here. And going back to that honeybee example I was talking about earlier, I didn't even finish it. I just abandoned that whole thing that was very important, but we're back to it now. The honeybees. So the queen bee, imagine this is the empress. The queen bee is given all of the food. The scout ants look around for food and they call back the other ants. Why am I talking about ants? I'm so sorry. I think it's because the ants and the bees have a similar thing going on where they go out and they get food for their queen, right? So the queen ends up giving birth and all she does is create all day. She creates life all day long, but she's given all the resources until basically she's wiped out. That's typically how it goes. But anyway, we're talking about you getting all the resources. You're being prepped here with these challenges, and you're being asked to act like this Queen of Wands, to be very firm, be very passionate about what you're doing, and just don't give up, because you're being employed into the highest creative position where you can create so much, and then everyone else is giving you those resources. So it's very possible that the people that you're fighting are the people that are fighting not to be your underling, in a sense. So you have to leave your emotions out of it, because once you're in this position of being the empress, of being the supreme ruler in your particular domain, there isn't going to be that same level of dialogue. You guys aren't going to be on the same level anymore. And this person is going to have to basically cater to your creative needs because you're at the top. You're the boss. When you're the boss, you're the one that's doing everything. You're taking all of the responsibility. You're being given all the resources, and then everyone is basically counting on you to make everything happen because you're the ruler. You provide the food for everyone in your land. You make sure that everyone in your society is doing well in different areas, right? So, yeah. So now we have the Three of Wands reversed and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So you guys are really being prepared to be in a very high position, a very big position of power, okay? I'm seeing that for some of you guys, it's really, when you're thrown into this position, I'm seeing that you're not even going to be, you're being prepared right now with the challenges, learning how to be assertive. That's one of your lessons that you're being prepared for. You're being prepared for an assertive role. You're being prepared to leave your emotions out of it as much as you can because you already seem to have that emotional thing. What you're being brought into is a balance in this workplace environment. or this situation, whether it might not even be the workplace in a traditional sense, right? I'm seeing that once you're thrown into this position, despite you being prepared, it's going to feel as though you might not have it all together. You might feel lost. With this 3, the 3 is the creation, the numerology to the creation. And I'm seeing that because this is your major arcana, this is your major event here, you becoming this Empress. What I'm seeing is that with this 3 of Wands after the Empress, you're going to feel a little bit lost creatively once you get into this position. It's a possibility. It might not happen for very long, I'm seeing. It's not going to be a very long period, but because it's a new energy for you to be in, you're going to be feeling very, and you notice the Empress is the 3 card, the 3. So I'm seeing that you're going to be feeling a little bit out of sorts, and that's why you're being prepared, because when you get to this position, you're going to be entering a new storyline. You're going to be entering the new you. Your energy is going to change here. You're being asked to change your energy, change your mindset, okay? Your preparation is really in the mental plane, I'm seeing. There's a lot of Wands energy here. So I'm seeing that you guys are doing a creative task. There's a creative field that you guys are in. And I'm seeing that you guys are creative people because of this Knight of Cups reversed. I'm getting the sense that you guys are very emotional people, or you guys have a very emotional connection to your creative side. And that's why you're being, like, if you're an artist, for example, you might be very artsy, right? And a lot of times, in artistic fields, artists don't really get their chance to speak out. There's always someone controlling them and what they do because they have like a manager or something. Like they're just the artists. They're just the creative. They're not the business people. I'm seeing that you're being asked to combine these parts of you. You're being put in this position to combine because something is changing. There is something about you specifically that is very important, okay? There's something very important. And so when you're thrusted into this position that you're being prepared for, you might feel a little bit like creatively lost. You might not feel normal, like, oh my God, I'm not used to being in charge of the business aspect of the project. And what I'm seeing is that you are really going to get a financial education. You're really learning the business side of things. That's what you're being prepared to do. You're also being prepared right now to start learning about finance, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of this is going to be happening in your position, but I think right now what you're being prepared for is learning about finance a little bit more than you have, okay? Let's get some more clarity for you guys. So, shall I begin here? I guess I grabbed it, so let me just do this one. Okay. What are you being prepared for? Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. What are you being prepared for? Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides of pile number 1. Higher selves of pile number 1. What are you being prepared for right now? Come out. Did that one want to come out too? Okay. Witch, justice is coming. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Did this one want to come out too? I guess it flew out. You deserve sugar, not salt, evil queen. Okay. So with this witch, justice is coming. Yeah. I'm also, yeah, I do feel like people have been like, you might have experienced some competition or something with this, 7 of Wands here, and you having to leave your emotions out of it. I'm getting like the evil queen vibe. It's like, especially with this Empress card, like I do, and there's a bunch of queen cards. There's 2 queen cards and an Empress card. You are definitely being put in the position of a leader, okay? And with this evil queen card, I'm like seeing that you guys need to be kind of cold. That's exactly what I was talking about with this Knight of Cups, leaving your emotions out of it. you needing to be kind of cold. And I didn't like want to say it like directly until I guess this card came out, but it's like I'm seeing you guys having to like put on like a face where it's like, oh, like you don't like it? Well, too bad, you know, like that kind of thing, because you're in charge now. And I'm seeing that with the Seven of Wands, the people that you might be arguing with, they might not respect your authority. That's why you have to be like this, because like I said, for some of you guys might not be the most assertive people. You might not be the most, you might not just be like a cold shark, you know, you might just be someone who's very, usually not trying to deal with conflict. You might not ever insert yourself into the competition in the workplace. But now you're being asked to do it because this is your path, okay? This is for you. And these other people, they think that they deserve this, and they don't even imagine that you would be able to do this thing. Like when you insert yourself into the competition, they're going to like be like, wait, you applied? You applied for that? Like they'll just be like, what? And then they're gonna feel very threatened because they weren't expecting you. I almost get a sense from you that, you know how like they say it's like usually it's the silent ones that are like, that sneak up and like they end up being the ones that you least suspect, but they're the ones that did it or something. It's kind of like that. And with this Justice card, this Witch card, it says justice is coming. I'm seeing that you guys are, like this is meant to happen for you, right? I'm seeing that maybe you've had to really struggle in the past dealing with people treating you unfairly in what you wanted to do in life, having to deal with a lot of conflict and like pain and just like a bunch of people just saying no, workplace, you know, hardships, all this kind of stuff, anything that happened in relation to this thing you're being prepared for. And you now having the scales balanced in your favor because you're being put, I'm seeing here, you are being placed into this high position of power. That is just, it's very clear with these two Queen cards and this Major Arcana Empress card. There's a really like a creative endeavor in which you are being put at the top to dictate, and people will be coming to you. These people that were fighting you once will now be your subjects, okay? And with this Evil Queen's card, it says you deserve sugar, not salt. Yes. Like these people that are fighting you now, like they will be your subjects and they will have to do what you're saying. And it's not like you're gonna have to be really mean, okay? Like this isn't that at all. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that your spirit guides are just really giving this message like you need to be assertive. You need to stand your ground. And that does mean like, you know, you don't want to antagonize anyone when you're in that position because you are the queen. Like this Empress is beautiful. She's very loving. She's very giving. She creates life. She does all of this stuff for people. It's just while you're there, before you get to that position, you're going to have to prove yourself. You're going to have to make yourself known while you're there. So yeah, because, and it also says Evil Queen. The Queen here precedes the Queen of Wands, which is like the creativity, that passion, right? The fire element precedes the Empress. So before you get there, you're gonna have to be a little bit, like I said, you're gonna have a little bit more assertion in your life. And then the Witch Justice is coming. Yeah, this is you getting what you rightfully deserve cosmically. Okay, so let's get some more clarifiers on what you're being prepared for, pile number one. What are you being prepared for, pile one? Ooh. So it's very clear you're already being prepared for a high position of power. What more can we know about this position? What can we know about what you need to prepare right now? Ooh. Okay, that was too many cards. Okay. Okay. Assessing. Okay. I'm seeing strategy here. You have to be strategic at this time. There's something you have to be really strategic about. You really need to take in all the sights because I really just get like this air of competition, or not really, if you're not really in a competitive environment, I'd say there's an air of you needing to look at what other people are doing, to make sure that you're on top of everything. Make sure that you know what trends are going on. Make sure you know what things are occurring right now, and start looking at what you think might be happening as you release this project, as you launch this business, right? I'm seeing that there's a need to really take in everything and really alter the mindset right now. So becoming that more cold and calculated, right? Becoming more cold and calculated and assessing logically. I'm seeing you needing to shift into a more logical state, because with this Knight of Cups, and you probably being an emotional person, more of a right-brained thinker, I'm seeing you need to shift to that left-brain thinking right now. There needs to be a balance. The reason why you're being prepared for this is because you actually ultimately need balance. And this is a part of your life that's been missing, okay? So I'm seeing you need to be strategic right now, really need to pay attention to trends. Okay, this action card. Yeah, being assertive, putting yourself out there, putting yourself into the race, you know? Really taking a step forward, okay? There's something about this situation that is really just you changing a lot, you improving aspects of yourself, leaning more into things that you wouldn't normally be leaning into. Yes, I communicate with compassion. The Empress card. Okay, I'm getting like, so this is the goddess Hathor, or I think that this is the equivalent of like Aphrodite, right? In Greek mythology, but this is in the Egyptian pantheon, right? So I communicate with compassion. I feel like that this is this Empress card, right? Because I'm seeing you being a leader, a creative leader, because this deity is really to do with creativity and leading through that creative essence, that divine feminine essence. But at the same time, no one becomes a leader without that ultimate divine balance. That's what I'm hearing here. So yeah, I'm seeing that before you get there, you're going to have to master. So you're being prepared by mastering the other half of yourself that hasn't been mastered. Okay? There's a side of you that's been mastered, and there's another side that needs to be mastered. And so once you've mastered both elements, you can put them together like yin yang, okay? And as a leader, you can be compassionate. Like I was saying before, you might have to be a little bit more assertive and fiery beforehand, but then once you become this Empress, it's very beautiful and very like relaxing, okay? So I communicate with compassion. Alrighty, that is what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that whatever you're being prepared for is magnificent, and definitely tell me about it, okay? Subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, and give this video a big like if you guys enjoyed it, and of course leave a comment down below if you would like to, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Hi Pile 2, let's look at what you're being prepared for. So starting off, we have the King of Wands. Okay, so I see that you guys are being prepared to lead in a area of your passion. Then we have the Magician card. Okay, so I'm seeing here that you guys have all the tools necessary for this task that you're seeking out, okay? And then the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so I'm seeing that right now there's something that's being challenged in your life, some kind of virtue or value in your life that you've been feeling challenged about. Something about the way you view the world has been challenged. I'm seeing that for some of you guys, it's like there's something about the world that is changing for you. Something that you've learned recently. There might have been like a sudden realization about things, okay? Maybe something to do with duality. I'm getting like a duality here, like there's some kind of, you're learning that there's like another side to things, Like there's two sides to everything. That might be part of it, okay? And then we have this 10 of Swords. Ooh, right? Okay, so starting here, I'm just gonna say that there's like something going on here where you're being prepared to be really mature about what it is that you want and how to get there. So what I'm seeing right now is that you're learning how to manifest better. And that can be actually manifesting, but also just using what you already have. Not just your mental power, using your physical power, using all of the elements that you can to pull this thing together and magnetize this thing towards you. That might even have to do with this Hierophant in reverse. You learning something, some kind of esoteric knowledge. I'm seeing you learning some type of esoteric knowledge, some kind of occult knowledge that is actually going to really elevate you spiritually. It's not the conventional wisdom that you grew up learning is what I'm seeing. There's something about it that's more new, something that's more, maybe it's a message from your angels, maybe it's some kind of download you've been getting in December. There is something going on here that really says that you are being placed, you've been given a lot of power recently. There's a lot of power that you've been tasked with, right? I'm seeing that you guys might have a familiar, you guys might have a cat, you guys might have a snake. You guys can try talking to that or communicating or meditating near your like familiar. I'm seeing that for some of you guys, there's really some kind of learning that you're doing right now, something that you're being taught right now in the realm of manifestation. And what I'm being told here with this magician card is that you guys are very powerful, and anything that you want, you can have, okay? You're learning this right now. You're being told this right now, whether it's from me or you've already been feeling this. You guys have everything that you need to get to where you want, okay? You have absolutely everything that you need, and you shouldn't have any doubts, okay? You have the command, you have the creative maturity, okay? You've been given all the tools. You're at a point in your life where you have enough in your basket to create whatever it is that you want, okay? You have all the ingredients to create that loaf of bread, okay? You've reached that point. If it's a small project, doesn't matter what it is. If there's a specific thing that you've been really wanting to do, you're being told that you have reached a completion in that aspect, okay? There is a sense of completion here, okay? Even with this 10 of Swords here, and we'll get to this 10 of Swords. With this 10 of Swords, and I'm seeing this can go with the Hierophant reversed, like this kind of new realization that's kind of maybe brought you down recently. There was like a point in November, this is a timeless reading, you know, it doesn't really matter when you're seeing it, but like when I am doing this reading, it's December. There was a point where like things were really transforming and things were really taking place that really challenged things. And then for a lot of people, and I can say this for myself as well, like, but I'm seeing for a lot of people, it's really like you thought that you were going to be challenged with this thing and you're going to end whatever it is that you wanted. You stopped desiring the thing that you wanted. But what really happened is you ended the way that you viewed that thing. So there was something in your life, right, where you were like, okay, I want this thing, and I've been wanting it my entire life. But then something happened recently where you were like, oh, I don't want this thing anymore. It's actually like, it's causing me unhappiness now. And then you accepting that and you releasing that and letting it go allowed that thing to come back to you. When you released it and let it go, it allowed it to come back to you as something entirely new, as something that you actually enjoyed. So I'm seeing with this 7 of Pentacles that now it's like you were being taught to be patient. That's why that thing happened to you. That realization of like, oh, like I don't want this thing anymore because I want it so bad, it's actually bringing me so much unhappiness, okay? And now it's coming back to you, and it's like you were actually being prepared with patience. The preparation that was being made was that you needed to be patient. And then we have this Knight of Cups and this Queen of Wands. Wow. You know, actually, if you guys selected more than one pile, I'm not going to say which pile it was. There was a Knight of Cups and a Queen of Wands in that pile. And with the Knight of Cups, it was saying, like, you know, in that reading, it was really just talking about, the words aren't coming to me now because I don't feel like it's the exact same reading for you guys. I don't feel like this has the same significance. So the words aren't even coming to me now. And I repeated them so many times in that reading. There might be a similar essence. It's like, yeah, I was saying something about like letting go of like, I can't even remember it because it's not even the same message for you guys. But this Knight of Cups here, I'm seeing that it's like you're having your emotions about this thing, the way that you felt about this thing in the past, this thing that was the way your mindset about, this is your mindset, you know, the mindset you had about your goals was very dark. It was very depressing because every time things didn't work out for you, you felt very depressed. You felt very sad. You were like, well, I don't even want to do this thing. And then after a while, your passion began to fade. You started to not like this thing. And so what I'm seeing is that the slate was how do I say that phrase? The slate was, was it swept clean or wiped clean? I'm sorry. Anyway, the Knight of Cups here is telling me that the way that you felt before has been removed. Things have been removed from the way that you felt, okay? There's a realization about, it's like a new idea has been planted into your brain about this thing. Your passion has been reignited. And I'm seeing that with the Queen of Wands, okay? And we have the King of Wands here, right? And so what I'm seeing here is that I'm actually, since I've revealed all the cards, I have like a renewed sense of this message, okay? With this King of Wands, this is how you used to feel. You felt very matured in your ideas. And I almost see that you were made stagnant here, you know? But I'm seeing a renewed blossom here. I'm seeing that this thing that you're growing has finally put itself into fruition here, you know? So what I'm seeing that you're being prepared for is that you are being prepared to see your dreams, your passions in a new light, one that you actually enjoy. Like, you don't mind waiting anymore. I'm seeing that you don't mind waiting anymore. And your emotions have changed about this thing. The way you feel about this thing has changed. There's something that has actually transformed in you, and now you are embarking on this creative journey of yours, this passion of yours, with a new sense of self, a new sense about this thing that you want. You have new feelings about it, okay? And I'm seeing a cat familiar here, like I said before. So definitely connecting with nature is really important, I'm seeing for you guys as well. Let's pull some more cards for you guys. Yeah, it's beautiful here because I'm actually seeing that it's like you had this death here, like this death of what you once thought this thing was going to be, okay? You might have really wanted something, and then your passion became about what the thing would be, is what I'm seeing. You had like this idea of what it would become. Was that, I don't know. Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Storm, every hurricane comes to an end. Yeah. Okay. So what I was saying, like before I get to these cards, like it's like almost like you had this death moment where it was like a death of something, and then that thing came right back to you. But the way it came back to you was completely different. Your approach to it now is different. Like, you might have started to fall in love with that future, where you would have ended up in the future. You started thinking about, oh, like I want to be, I don't know, let's say you wanted to be a singer, right? You wanted to be a singer, and then you were like, okay, you started fantasizing about already being there, and you started noticing every day that you weren't there. And I think that's what this Hierophant in reverse card is about, like thinking something that you really put your thoughts into, things that you really something you really valued. You really started valuing that, in a toxic way is what I'm seeing. It's like so then eventually you fell out of love with it and you ended that thing. You're like, I'm not even gonna do this anymore. Like, I'm so done with this. You know, I'm like no longer pursuing this thing. And then all of a sudden it comes back to you, but it's different. Everything about it has changed. You start remembering what you actually liked about this thing rather than the goal. So you're not really caring about the goal anymore. It's just about the fun of it. And then this is don't doubt your self-worth. Okay, don't doubt your worth. Lighthouse, I'm always enough. I'm seeing that with this Magician card too. You do have all the tools that you need, okay? I'm seeing that the reason why this happened for you is you were being prepared to re-love that thing that you're doing again, because I'm seeing that you lost that love. And if you ended up there, you wouldn't have even enjoyed it, is what I'm seeing, because you didn't enjoy every step of the process, right? Oh, and even this, like this girl, like I just said, every step of the process, it seems like she's having fun in the rain, you know? She's like walking in the puddles barefoot. Every hurricane comes to an end, yes. I feel like that hurricane was that mindset. And so you really thought you thought you let it go, and then it came right back to you. Lighthouse and storm, I'm seeing like a lot of water imagery. So yeah, and with this Knight of Cups in reverse, I'm seeing that this has been a very emotional time for you. But this time for you has been preparation. It's been teaching you a big lesson about patience, okay? It's been teaching you a big lesson about how you're really supposed to approach this thing. The fact that you're supposed to love it, because you already have everything that you need. You shouldn't doubt yourself. Just because it's not happening today doesn't mean it's not going to happen, okay? I'm always enough. You always have the tools, okay? You always had the tools. It's just that you didn't have the patience or the love for it anymore, okay? You kind of lost that innocence about it. There was something that was very innocent about this thing, and you sort of lost it, blossoming. Yeah, so your passion is reigniting, and I'm seeing there's like a lot of Wands cards, and I'm seeing here, well, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So I was thinking this is a creative venture, especially with the Magician too. She's playing the violin here, right? Blossoming. So you are having a blossoming of basically what the Seven of Wands. This guy's waiting for things to grow. Now he's patient now, and now the fruits of that are coming out. The flowers are blossoming, and I'm seeing that with this Queen of Wands here. She's holding that flower that she was cultivating in the garden, okay? So I'm seeing that things are going to start blossoming for you from now on, because you've really leaned into that creative side of yourself, okay? Like, you're now actually starting to enjoy the passion, enjoy the actual doing of it, rather than waiting for the results, is what I'm seeing. You're not worried about you're waiting for the results patiently, and when they come, they come. But in the process, you are enjoying it now. So you are having the blossoming of a new mindset, okay? Let's pull some more cards. And that breaks itself down to a 6, which is Venus, very creative energy. So I'm seeing that this is a really creative thing for you guys. And it's like you're learning how to enjoy the process. Focus. Yes. And you see that butterfly, which represents transformation, on her forehead. I'm seeing you guys have really gone through a transformational period, and the 1-4 breaks down to a 5. 14 might be very significant for you guys. Yeah, waxing give us 5. Yeah, that brings down to a 5. Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing a really big transformation, and you guys have really, and I'm seeing with this focus card, the water inside of this bubble, right? Remember what I was saying about the water elements here? Like you went through a very emotional time, right? And some of you guys, having gone through this emotional period, have learned to redirect your focus. You're more focused on the passion and the joy of doing it rather than the getting there, okay? You're more focused on getting there rather than just focusing on the end goal, being successful, okay? So let's look at some more cards. So what I'm seeing that you guys are being prepared for, this whole thing that's been happening to you, you've been prepared to learn how to love this again, because when it comes to you, you won't even realize it's even come to you, because the entire process will have been enjoyable, because before you were focused on the fantasy of the getting there being enjoyable. You kept thinking about, oh, when I'm there, there's going to be all these flashing lights and it's going to be so amazing. And that thought brought you joy, but then every thought has its duality, right? So as that thought's bringing you joy, it's also bringing you the pain of thinking that it's not there already, okay? And so now you have been prepared to transform the way that you feel and to focus on it in a different way, so that the entire time you are enjoying yourself, you're enjoying the doing of it. You're not even focused on where it goes anymore. You're like, I don't really care where it goes, because I know as long as I'm doing it and I'm making it happen, everything is taken care of, right? Wow, that same pile got this one too, but you guys got an extra card. I communicate with compassion. Yes, bringing back that love. And then we have this 6 energy, which is Venus. This is the goddess Hathor, who is the rough equivalent of Aphrodite, Venus, in the Egyptian pantheon, right? So I communicate with compassion. I respect the property of others. Okay. So for you guys, I'm just seeing that you guys are going to be having a big transformation in the way that you view yourself, right? Your self-worth. I'm seeing that you guys are really transforming how you view your projects. You guys are really going to be taking a new direction in how you approach things. And you're going to start realizing that you want to do the thing because you love it and not because you want to just get there, okay? And I'm seeing a new thing with this storm and lighthouse card. It's like in a storm, a boat will try to look for that lighthouse, that light that's spinning around on the hill. And it's like you're going to end up finding that light, okay, in another way. Before, you weren't able to find that light. You weren't able to see it because you were so focused on another time. You weren't in the present moment to see that. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I hope you guys are getting sufficiently prepared. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. And of course, leave a comment down below letting me know how you enjoyed this reading. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 3. Let's look at what you're being prepared for. Okay, so starting off, we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, and we have that followed by the Chariot. Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man reversed, followed by the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so what is happening to you right now is not just chance, okay? There is something happening right now. I'm seeing the universe, spirit, your guides, your higher self. There is a force at work in your life right now. So I'm seeing there's a force at work that's actually moving the wheel, that's stopping things, starting things. I'm seeing that you guys are being prepared for victory, okay, with this Chariot card. This card represents you being prepared for victory right now, okay? There is, with this Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Wheel of Fortune really has to deal with like chance and like things being out of our control, essentially. And basically, you never know what you're going to get with the Wheel of Fortune, right? But with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I'm really getting the sense that there is something that is really just moving the wheel right now for you in your favor. With this Chariot card, I'm seeing it's a good thing. It's moving the wheel in your favor. And I'm also seeing like this links here, all these links is here. So I'm just getting like a sense that you guys have like a divine energy that's being put into place right now. There's something there. And then with this Hanged Man reversed, I'm seeing that you're not really enforcing like a pause in your life. I'm seeing that there's like an outside force putting you on pause because you're being prepared for sure, okay? And with this Six of Pentacles, I'm getting here that you guys are being taught how to balance your energies. And I'm seeing that you're being taught how to be very charitable, being very kind to others. There's a lesson in emotional development here for you guys. And you're also being taught the law of exchange, I'm hearing. Like the law of exchange and the law of momentum, right? Because in order, like it's like in the universe, it's like everything has its equivalent exchange. Things go back and forth. I'm seeing that you're learning to give in order to like balance your energies too. I'm also seeing that. Then we have the High Priestess. Okay. So you have your two major arcana cards. I'm seeing this black and white here, and we were just talking about balance and learning. You're learning something divine. There's divine learning, divine downloads coming to you right now that you guys need to be aware of. And yeah, sorry, this little thing here, I'm just like noticing this little, do you guys see that? And I'm just thinking about Inception. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but something about Inception just popped into my brain when I saw that. The message will come to me later if it's relevant. But I'm seeing this black and white here with these two major arcana cards. So I'm seeing like a yin yang. I'm seeing you guys really balancing your masculine and feminine side. You're very logical, creative, structured, chaotic sides are coming together, and you're really being prepared to be very balanced for what? Let's see. Three of Wands reversed. Another pile got this. Like feeling creatively stunted a little bit. Oh, and then we have lastly the Eight of Pentacles. Things are changing. Things are lining up for you guys. Okay? Like I was saying, there are other forces at play here, like divine forces at play. These are like your angels, your spirit guides, the universe. Things are lining up. The universe is conspiring with you right now. Things are lining up, and there's going to be a major change in your finances, in your career, in your material plane. Okay, there's a major change that is going to occur, is what I'm seeing. This is like a minor event, but I'm seeing that with these major arcana cards, you guys are going to be with this High Priestess, you're going to be very inspired. You're going to feel inspired actions taking place in your life. You're not going to know why, because you're being intuitively drawn to certain things. So this is your intuitive side. I'm seeing like the feminine and the masculine here. It's like this is your intuitive side, and this is your side that's going to just charge at things and just see like, okay, these are all the steps that I need to take, and I'm going to take them, and I'm going to take them swiftly. So these two things are going to be coming into balance in your life in the very near future, if they're not already. You guys might already be sensing this outside force in your life. You guys might be like, okay, just take the wheel, because clearly I'm not in control. And you are in control, but there's also that destiny at play. There's also that part that's like, there's a script written for you that you've kind of collaborated in, and now the outside forces that you've been asking for help, like God, the universe, whatever, is doing their part to help you get there. Okay, let's get some more clarification for you guys. I'm seeing you guys really learning about like universal law, or if you guys aren't learning about universal law, this is your time to start thinking about learning about all the things about universal law and how these things work. I'm seeing that it's really important to get knowledgeable about these things. Bitch fire, stand up for yourself. Library, take control of your own narrative. Ooh, isn't that crazy that I was just saying like how you guys are like the script, and like how you guys are like collaborating on this script? Oh, okay, that's so cool. So it's now time for you to get control of this thing then. That's what it's saying. It's like they've done their part. Now it's really up to you to do your part. So what you're being prepared for right now, what I'm seeing right now is that you're being prepared for victory. Yes, you're being prepared for a major success in your life. But now it's like up to you. All the things have been lined up. So now it's you that has to take the action, okay? There is something that you need to do now. Like the universe, let's say the universe is this hand. The universe has done the most that it can to, or actually the most that it wants to, right, for you, because it wants you to grow. You're being prepared right now and you're being taught to grow right now. There's always a need for growth. So the universe would not be doing you a service if they were to do everything for you. Your guides, everyone, they could all do this stuff for you, but they don't, because they need you to do your part. And so it's time for you to take control of your own narrative. So now it's time for you to do your part. Take the actions in the physical world, right? Applying the principles that you've learned, okay? Then we have bitch fire, stand up for yourself. Okay, so I'm seeing that for some of you guys, this is a really just like a place where it's like, okay, take control of your own narrative again. It's saying like, you cannot be complacent in your life right now. This is not a time to be complacent. You're being prepared to do something big with this Chariot card, okay? And it's really important that you start taking control and stop asking. I think they're saying like, stop asking so much. Stop asking questions and just do something. Just start doing something. There's a real message here that you need to do something here, that it's your turn to take the wheel. They're saying like once you're done being prepared for this, it's time for you to take the wheel, because there is a change with this Eight of Pentacles. There's a handing over of power here, okay? Like, you're always in control. Don't get me wrong, you're always in control, but it's like, these are the actions the universe is taking on your behalf that you've asked for, right? As a part of your destiny. Power. Yes, a shifting of power. Okay, and we have a 16 and a 16. 7 might be very powerful for you guys. The number 7 might be very important for you guys. Did I get a 7 before? Yeah, it's the power card is the full moon, and it's saying that the full moon is when something has fully appeared into your life. So I'm seeing by the next full moon, there's going to be something that has really appeared into your life, or this will come in on a full moon. I'm seeing that there's a really large, like I said, victory. There's a large, there's something coming into your life that's really important to you specifically. I'd keep an eye on the number 7 for you guys. Ooh, that just seems weird that it came like that. Wisdom, yes. That's what I was saying with this High Priestess card, and like you guys needing to learn about universal law. You guys are being prepared right now to learn something about the universe, how it works, esoteric knowledge, the occult, whatever that is, you're being taught right now. You're getting downloads about this thing, and you're being taught this thing because it is very important for your future. Like, you need to have this knowledge. You guys might need to learn about the stock market. You guys might need to learn about physics, right? You guys might need to learn about literature, a new language. There's something that you guys need to get into the books about. Okay. So you guys might, and also with this Eight of Pentacles, yes, learning a new task, mastering it. Do you see how like all these pentacles are coming down? He's chiseling them. He's mastering it. Every time he does it, he's learning more and more. He's perfecting the skill. He's doing the exact same thing over and over again, but he's getting better at it. He's practicing. Practicing is what makes it perfect. That's what's causing this shift over. This is a change, right? This is a change in circumstances for him because he's learning a new skill. He's transforming what he knows into something better. Okay. Okay. This person always looks like David Bowie to me whenever this card comes out. Okay. I consume only my fair share. Okay. And then we have, whoa. Whoa. That's so crazy. Every pile got this card. Every pile got I communicate with compassion. I feel like I wish if I had known beforehand, like and I could have been like, whoa, like what's going on? I would have like really looked deeper into this, but like, that's crazy. Pile number 3. Everyone's getting, I communicate with compassion. And this is the goddess Hathor, Aphrodite, Venus figure in Greek mythology, Roman mythology, but this is the goddess Hathor in the Egyptian pantheon. Very beautiful card. Yeah, I'm seeing that there's like, wow. That's amazing. I'm like kind of like shocked a little bit, like this happened like 3 times in a row. Anyway, I'm getting from this card for you guys that it's really important for you to really open yourselves up emotionally. There was a lot about emotions going on with the other decks as well, but for you guys, I'm seeing that the energy that I'm getting for you guys is that you guys really need to take control of your emotions and really remember that control can actually mean letting go. It can mean crying. It can mean a lot of different things. Controlling doesn't always mean holding it in. So what I'm seeing for you guys, it's really like you guys needing to learn how to balance your emotions in this realm, especially with this Chariot and the High Priestess card. Learning what a balance is emotionally is very important for you guys, because you guys don't want to end up being on one end and being overly emotional and then not emotional enough. And with this, I consume only my fair share card that communicates the same message to me, that you're not doing too much on one side and you're not doing too much on the other. And I'm seeing also like the rays coming down from her hand here and coming up from her hand there, which gives me this as above, so below thing, which really brings me back to universal law and esoteric knowledge and opening your third eye, like really just kind of really awakening something inside of yourself. There's a new knowledge that needs to be unlocked right now that prepares you for that victory that is coming to you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and yeah, that was really a pleasure to give you guys. I hope you guys subscribe to this channel. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and give this video a big like if you haven't yet, and leave a comment down below letting me know whatever it is that you'd like. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.